two, three, four, five, six. All right, how are you guys? How are you? Hello, Daniel. Imad, how are you, mate? All right, so possibly didn't get triggered long on the Euro USD, right? I'm still holding that pending order though. Daniel, where do I get that risk calculator thingy? The one on my MT5? Well, just go to riskcalculator.app. In my opinion, it's the best risk calculator out there, and it's only $10 per month. Bum, bum, bum. All right, so we got a ton of U.S. data. Let's have a look. Unemployment claims came higher, higher than expected, which is bad. And at 8 a.m. My time, so in about 1 hour and 20 minutes, we have ISM Services PMI. But for the time being, let's focus on this bearish move on the USD. All right, so I am running a long in gold myself. Um, and I am waiting to get trigger short on the Dow. Right, what I'm looking at in gold, I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at in gold. Right, shit, hold on. I am going to go to a 5 minute chart. Right. So what I'm looking at in gold here is a break of these highs. So basically, can you guys hear me? I think you can, right? So basically, right now we got that last sweep of the lows. If price breaks with these highs, right, we have a bullish bias for the day, right? Not 100% confirmed, but definitely we'll be looking for, buys on a pullback. So I'm just waiting for the possible break of the Asian session highs to place that pending order. Yeah, that's a shame. My Euro US dollar didn't get triggered by 1 pip and a half. Orlando, for a long time you are profitable. I plan to use about 2% risk for your trades. Maybe I lost some weeks, but for a long time I will make profit. Good morning, Juan. How are you? I can tell you that, mate. I cannot, and I will never, ever tell you how to manage your risk. And to be completely honest, because my style is day trading, risking 2% per trade to me is excessive, super excessive. Do we have the squawk on? Yes, we do have the squawk on. All right, so did you guys made money on that pound yen short? That was an amazing sniper entry on my side. I did left some money on the table, right? I took 1 R here, and I took 1 R here. Price came down 100 pips more, but I am very happy with how I managed that trade. Your dedication to trading is amazing, hands down. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. In fact, thank you for the kind words, and I am going to screenshot this because I do like it. Appreciate it. Boom. All right, so let's wait. We are in pre-market action right now. Again, I mean, the 19 from the 1937 50 to the 1939, let's call it. It's a heavy, heavy, heavy level. So why don't we have a look at the volume profile, so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Visible range. Actually, no. Hold on. Pong, pong, pong. Wanda. All right. Um, all right. So let's grab the volume profile from the highs, right? From the very, very, very highs. Look at that point of control. I mean, look at that massive, massive volume being traded right here at this zone. And, to be completely honest, price, were failing to keep trading above that point of control. And, we're going down towards zones with less volume. It's kind of bearish. It's kind of bearish. So very possibly I will get stopped out on this, aggressive entry go long, on which I'm risking 0.11%. Now I'm not going to delete that Euro USD buy limit just yet. And the reason I'm not going to delete, these buy limits is because we are still trading within this range. There's still a ton of liquidity here. There's still a ton of inefficiencies left unfilled. And it really doesn't matter that price came very close to my targets. I am still holding. Um, I'm looking on New Zealand dollar USD and Aussie CAD. Lucky I was long Euro USD as well before the news. Well, that was a lucky move made because you made an easy 35 pips. When the news came, I was looking at the Euro US dollar, right? And I was thinking about, going long at market on the failure to break with these lows. And because, price was trading very close to my entry, but I didn't do it because, you know, um, that is very undisciplined. That would have been very undisciplined on my side. And if I keep on doing that, watching price trading a pip and a half, from my limit orders, and just going and just deleting that limit order and taking the trade at market, I can create a very, 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 very undisciplined, you know, and not only undisciplined but also, you know, gambling, mentality, trading wise, because that decision would have been very, very driven by emotions. Um, and yeah, I mean, like I told you yesterday, guys, I mean, sometimes my trades are not going to get triggered by 1 pip, by 2 pips, by 4 pips, and that's fine. That's fine. I mean, that's completely fine. I came in late in that trade. What trade? What I missed? What I missed for me? What trade? The pound yen. I'm already long for the Euro USD, but small lot. That's fine, mate. That's completely fine. What I want to see is that push above um, that. Let me show you.
Further from Bank of England's Bailey saying that they might need to raise rates again, but that's not certain. To repeat, Bailey saying that they might.
Yeah. So let's go to the Dow. Now, I really want to see that push above these highs. Now, if you look at what has happened, today, that big break below the Asian session lows was extremely volatile. There's a ton of inefficiency here. And again, if you notice, if we go back in historic price action, right here, we have that trap, right? Traders trying to get short on the break of the previous broken lows. That creates more liquidity here. And to be completely honest, I do believe that we're going to get that spike high. Now, normally my entry would have been, um, normally my entry would have been here, right? Let me show you. Normally my entry would have been here, um, right here at this, at the imbalance low or the inefficiency low. That's where I always place my entries. And if we go here, on my MT5, you can see that my entry is above, at the imbalance or the inefficiency high. And the main reason is because of how volatile the Dow has been lately at the open and on pre-market, right? Um, you know, uh, we need to be very careful in the sense that I need to monitor how price, when price breaks with these highs and liquidates all of these weak players, right? If price comes here, let me show you, right? If price liquidates all of these weak players and comes to the imbalance lows, and fails to break above that after the open, of course, not in pre-market, possibly I will be taking a market order short on the Dow because I really don't want to miss this trade. But to me, this is a very good, setup. Let's have a look. Why don't we play a little bit with, the volume profile. So if you look for, let's analyze the volume from the highs to the lows of the move, the Asian session highs to the London session lows. Right now, the Dow is bouncing from the point of control. This means that on the very short term, um, on the very short term, buyers might be in control. But I really don't think that this is going to, I really think that this is going to be very short-lived. Also, I don't use, the volume profile at all. Let's have a look on the Euro USD, gold. Gold is super choppy, you know, and yeah, that pound yen, sniper entry. Just have a look at this. And you know what? I'm going to tell you what I'm working on. If we go here, right, on my pound yen trade, my stop losses were above this high. So what I'm working on, on mining the data on my sniper entries, on my liquidity sweep entries, I am, working on, optimize the risk to reward ratio on my trades to not use the extreme high, right? Um, for example, here on the 5 minute chart, actually I'm going to go to trading view on the pound yen so I can show you what I'm working on. Right, so was it the 3 minute chart? I don't remember.
So following that headline there on site is extending the voluntary cuts of 1 million barrels per day through September, seeing oil
50 minute
futures
chart. I
extending
don't remember.
gains
All
through
right. So
Monday.
what I'm yeah, this was it. So this was the imbalance or the inefficiency in the market that I was looking to get triggered on. Normally I use the structure highs as a stop loss on a short position. But what I'm working on is trying to figure out a more aggressive placement for my stop losses. Perhaps not more aggressive, but an optimal, better placement for my stop losses because the data shows me that, and you have seen, if you are a VIP, you have seen that, more often than not, price comes to my entry, fills me, and then in a short trade, of course, comes back down, which means that the space between my entry and my stop loss is very, very rarely, on a drawdown. So what I'm working on is, trying to figure out how can I, minimize this space and not use the structure high to get much higher risk to reward ratios. You know, I tested placing my stop losses above, the imbalance or the inefficiency that I was trading, but that was really, really, really too tight, and it's not profitable. But do not worry about it. We are going to, or I am going to, figure it out. I mean, this is what I do, right? All right, so that GJ trade was amazing, but thank you. You took it, right? NAS 100. Yeah, the Nasdaq. Hold on, 3 minute chart. The Nasdaq, the S&P, and the Dow all have the same setup short. Now, the reason that I am looking for um, Dow shorts is because the setup is still brewing in the sense that if you look at the Nasdaq made, if you look at the Nasdaq already tagged that inefficiency, which would have been my entry. So I missed that. And on the S&P 500 side, I really do not like the setup. So the Dow yields, in my opinion, the best setup for the open. So let's wait and see what happens, right? Good luck, must work. I never understood why after a good news it goes the other way. Most people call it manipulation. What do you think? Well, mate, yeah, let's talk about that whilst we wait for the open. That's a great, great, great conversation point. So, if you notice, right, great explanation. Thank you, JG. You should reverse those two letters and call yourself GJ. Just let me have a look at this. It really, really, really doesn't matter if the Dow breaks with these lows, because what I'm seeing here is just a ton of weak players just jumping in. I don't trade pre-market, and trading pre-market is really, really unprofitable for me. And the true pros, trade the open. So these traders getting short at these highs because they see price, rejecting the previous broken lows on pre-market are going to get fucked. All right. So news-wise, let's grab the DXY. And let's have a look. Actually, why don't we have a look at the pound, because we had that. The pound. The reaction of the pound on the Bank of England interest rate hike was absolutely, absolutely neutral. Good morning, Orlando. Slide to turn off alarm. Um, let me look for an example. Let's have a look what news. Uh, well, yesterday ADP non-farm payroll change,
There's data
right?
from the UK come through here, the July decision.
Hold on. Yeah, why don't we have a look at yesterday on the DXY? So possibly here, right? Actually, no. Can you tell me the currency risk calculator you use? I want to download it. Looks great. What is the name of that calculator? Yeah, I don't get paid for promoting this at all. In my opinion, it's the best and most easy to utilize, risk calculator for MT4 or MT5. And it's fucking cheap. It's $10 a month. Just go to riskcalculator.app and subscribe. I am not affiliated with them. They don't know that I'm promoting them, but they deserve it because it's amazing. Just have a look. For example, let's say that I want to go short on the pound yen, right? And I want to risk 0.22%. So I put on 0.22%, enter, and just click on pending order, right? And if I want to go short here, I just move my lines with the stop loss and my targets. It gives me the risk to reward ratio. It calculates, the sizing, and I just click enter, and that's it. Also, yeah, it's only $10 a month. ABOB, ABOB. I dig that name. Right. So news-wise, uh, I wanna look at the CPIs, right? Because when it comes to non-farm payrolls, right? Most likely, more often than not, it's going to be very choppy. The only high impact event, in my opinion, that is worth trading and that is profitable trading is CPI day, right? Because when it comes to CPI days, right, we only get CPIs, and that's it. That's the only data that we get. On non-farm payrolls Friday, hold on. Sorry, on non-farm payrolls Friday, you get NFPs, you get uh, you know unemployment rate, we get average hourly earnings, etc., etc., etc. So the data can and is most often are not mixed. So the moves are not very clean. But when it comes to CPI, we only get CPI. So the move is very, very clean. And uh, the when the news hits the wire, of course, the reaction on the market is going to be, for example, if inflation is high, gold is going to fly, right? But because that is a very, very volatile news-driven move, more often than not, the way to trade that is to go short, on that spike high. I use Telegram Copier for 35 monthly. It's calculated risk and also VPS server for 30 monthly. So, well, that's fine. I didn't know. I didn't know that existed. All right. So here we go. Euro USD. Um, very. If I get triggered long on the Euro US dollar, right? And if we get, if I get triggered long on the Euro US dollar, and we get that reversal, I am most definitely going to move my TPs higher. But you already know that I always take profits. And very, 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 little times I do leave my trades running. So, and this Bitcoin short for the Swing Trade VIP group was an amazing trade. I mean, just have a look, 8,000 pips short here, and stop losses at break even. All right, so 25 minutes until the market opens. Let's have a look at what we have going on. So, the Dow. Let's have a look at the 45-minute chart or the hourly chart, right? So the Dow. Actually, we're going to go to the 50-minute chart. No, 30-minute chart. I mean, if I go to the 50-minute chart or 30-minute chart or the 45-minute chart, it really, really doesn't matter. The reason that I moved from the 50-minute chart to the 30-minute chart to the 45-minute chart is just to have, you know, the entire um, price action history and not zoom in on the chart, right? So, you know, time frame. If I change time frame from the 50-minute chart to the 30-minute chart to the 45-minute chart to the 53-minute chart, it means nothing. So let's have a look at what's going on here. Big level, big, 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 big key level here um, that the Dow broke with. If you notice here, that this is a key pivotal level in historic price action, right? Now, just take a look what happens here, right? We got that spike high, right? And then we got that break of the highs, that break of the structure. And here is where buyers position themselves to, you know, support price or, you know, to rally, you know, the Dow higher, whatever you want to call it, right? And, you know, sellers kept trying to break with that level, but, you know, the bullish pressure here was insanely high. So now we got that break. Is this a valid break? I don't know. I really don't know if this is a valid break. I really don't know. But what I dig about this possible short on the Dow is that I am trading with the immediate bias in this market. I mean, if you notice from the highs here at the 35,650 or so, or 35, whatever, from these highs, the structure of this market is extremely, extremely bearish, right? Extremely bearish. So, trying to buy here is a trap, guys. There's a ton of buyers here trapped. So, what does that mean? Why am I talking about this, right? I'm talking about this because where do you think these buyers are going to place their stop losses, right? Let's go back to, what was it, 45-minute chart or whatever, right? Where are these buyers going to place their stop losses? They are not going to place their stop losses below the structured low, which would be the place to place them, right? Why are they not going to do that? Because it's too wide, right? These aggressive players in the market, more often than not, are going to place their stop losses, you know, a few ticks or a few pips below their entry. And that is the liquidity that constantly keeps getting swept in this bearish structure. So, having said that, right, am I going to take a breakout trade of the lows? Fuck no. Fuck no. That is burning money in my opinion. So what I'm going to do is, what I am trying to do is, you know, take a short on a spike high, right? So that's, if you don't know me, right, my entries might seem a little bit aggressive in the sense that I sell into strength and I buy into weakness, right? I wait for price to come towards my entry level. I don't place stop orders, right? That's why, you know, I can, or that's why, you know, my entries are sniper entries or whatever the fuck you want to call them. So what am I doing here? Right, let's go to the 5-minute chart because, this example is quite interesting, right? This example is quite interesting. So, here, this is the the real break of the structure. This low right here. Hold on. What the hell is this? I don't know why. Every time that I come to trading view, my lines are wide. I don't know why. So this is the real break of the structure, right? Not this one, not this one, not this one, not this one. This is the real break of the structure because this is the real structure low. This is the real structure high, right? So this is the entire pullback range, right? Now, we had a very volatile, break off of the structure low. Here, you can see weak players in the market trying to go short at the retest of the previous broken lows. More often than not, those weak players are going to get fucked. That is the trap that I always look for. Second, I always look for the imbalances or the inefficiencies in the market created by, in this case, the sellers jumping in and creating that break of the structure. You have them here, those two big ass candles. More importantly, this one right here. And this is my fucking entry. So, where do you think these sellers are going to place their stop losses? Are they going to place their stop loss? Of course not. More often than not, they're going to place their stop losses, a few pips, a few ticks above their entry because this is way too wide. And because those stop losses are not placed within the structure of the market, I don't want to say 100% of the times, but these people keep doing the same thing, and they keep, getting stopped out, and they keep getting stopped out and watching the market go in the direction, after they get stopped out. But they keep always trading the same way. Now, sometimes, price is not going to liquidate these highs, and it's not going to tag me in, and I am okay with that. I am fine with that. Why? Because the times that I do get tagged in, on my sniper entries or whatever you want to call them, I bank, right? And the times that I don't get, triggered in, yeah, the trade might, run towards my TP. The trade might, reverse and eventually hit my stop losses. It really doesn't matter. Once price breaks with the structure one time and then a second time, I am deleting this pending order. Why? The reason is because should price actually, it's 3 breaks of the structure, right? The first break of the structure is where I look for my entries, right? This low is the low created by the first break of the structure. Should price break with this low, right? It's fine by me. Because we might get that pullback. But if price after price creates a new low, and if price breaks with that low, that would be a third break of the structure to the downside. So I will delete my order. And the main reason is because should price reverse, right, and come towards my entry, that, my friends, would not be a pullback, but it will be a reversal. So the probability of me getting stopped out increases massively. So, and that is because the data shows me. Yeah. What is your TP for US 30? I don't know. It's a little bit wide, mate. Hold on. I don't know. It's this breaker right here. 34,700 or so. Euro USD. Yeah, Euro USD, playing with those lows. Crypto VIP channel send good signals, so hope Mr. Assis make live also. Yeah, I mean, are you happy with Assis's performance? Because I am fucking happy with that. He's really, really, really doing a great job, isn't he? All right, so 15 minutes until the market opens. Uh-huh. I like the way that I'm gonna go to TradingView because I just hate looking at price action on MT5 or MT4 or whatever. So I like this. Again, same thing as the Dow, right? The real break of the structure or the real, sweep of the lows is this one right here. So this is the real sweep of the lows. Now let me show you because this is all trappity trap, not this one. uh, although although price did not break with these highs, so this makes for that Euro USD long, you know, a suboptimal, you know, sub. I mean, it's not a bad setup, but it's not a perfect setup. A perfect setup would have been, um, you know, um, price liquidating these lows, right, and then liquidating these highs, coming back towards my entry for the continuation. But we didn't get that liquidation of the highs, so but it's fine. I mean, I'm taking it. So uh, you, I mean, I can do whatever you want, right? And also, always, don't just follow my trades blindly. If you have any questions about my setups or anything at all, ask away. I try to explain myself the best that I can do. But I know that, I have so much information in my head that, sometimes I just go on and on and on, and maybe you don't understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, very close, right? About four pips and a half from my entry. Uh-huh, uh-huh. So the reason that I closed this pound yen short here is because, uh, you know, um, we had Bank of England Day. And, even though I already had taken profits, I mean, I reached 0.5% and I made a 1.1% on this trade, which is awesome, right? Um, if you expect your USD up, so gold as well up as they share the same DXY. Yeah, yes, but uh, yeah, again, yes, I know you did correlations, right? And yes, a big move on the US dollar, right? A big move on the US dollar, a big bearish move on the US dollar would be very bullish for gold and the Euro USD. Yeah, I agree. Let's leave it at that. I agree. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right, so I think I went live a little bit too soon because I've been live for 40 minutes and we still have 10 minutes until the market opens. But you know what? I like it better than going live just 5 minutes before the market opens. All right, so I'm gonna leave it here on the 50-minute chart. Actually, let's have a look at the 4-hour chart. I never look at the forward chart. I don't know why I'm doing that. So what do you guys think about this entry model? Does it make sense to you? The webinar tomorrow on F1 Strat, is it accessible after the live session? Actually, if you want to be on tomorrow's webinar, I am going to send, a link, to all the groups, so you can register to it. You have to register. I mean, it is free. It is free, and but it's not going to be like these live sessions on which I go live, publicly on YouTube. It's going. The webinar is not going to be public. But if you register, it's. And the way that you're going to register, just on a form. I just need your name, email, and where you're from. I mean, it's absolutely nothing, uh, you know, um, that you might think that I'm going to steal your fucking identity. But, I do want a list of people that have registered to, yeah, to the webinar. So GBP down, especially after BOE, not influencing that much. Only for F1 VIP or how to register? I am going to, later today, a few hours after, the New York Open, I'll send a message explaining what you have to do, and I'll send the link, and all the people that register, right, on that form are going to get the link of the webinar on their email. Yeah, I was going to do it like I do these shows, publicly, just go live, open for everybody. But yeah, it's not a live session; it's a coaching session. So I need a list of people that are really interested in the F1. Uh-huh. And today I didn't. Today I did not have a setup on the F1 strategy, but that Aussie from yesterday was amazing. And I was talking with I'm sorry, I have kind of a sore throat because I'm doing a ton of live sessions, but that's fine. I was talking to Michael. He is the junior trader on the F1 strategy group, right? He's part of my team. Um, he is. I took him under my wing. I am teaching him everything that I know. I really, really like him. So I was talking yesterday. We had a coaching session privately with him, right? And I was looking at this setup on the U.S. dollar, Canadian dollar, right? So massively, massively. This is the better setup, the best setup that I have seen on the F1 strategy in a while, right? You already know that I risk between 0.25 to 0.35% per trade. On this setup, I would have risked 1% for sure. Because of the data. The data shows me that this particular setup is extremely profitable. The probability of success is above 90%. It doesn't come very often, but when it does, Jesus fucking Christ. All right. So yeah, tomorrow on that webinar we're going to go through that. No, I don't do private courses. I don't do mentorship. I would think. A couple of months ago, I was thinking of, opening a. I was going to call it a traders development program, right? Basically, I was going to be a 12-week intensive program where people that bought into the program were going to. I mean, I was going to have my screens on for all throughout my sessions. Zoom for everybody to join, ask me questions. Coaching sessions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you know what? I decided that for it to be worthwhile for me, it would be too expensive for you, right? So I'm not gonna do it. My hourly is very high, and I cannot. I'm not going to create a traders development program if I am not going to be able to deliver 100%, right? Mostly because of my schedule. Just imagine doing that for 12 weeks um, with my schedule. All you guys know that I start at 1:30 a.m. Right now, I'm starting at 1 a.m., right? And just imagine doing my trading sessions, doing everything that I do for the VIP, doing this live sessions every day. And on top of that, the Traders Development Program, and in that program, if you bought into that program, you would have had access to two personal one-on-one coachings per week. And I started doing numbers, and yeah, I just decided not to. And it would have been really really too expensive. But there's the F1 strategy, right? And I'm going to create eventually. Not I don't think it's going to be ready this year, but eventually I'm going to create the same product for my liquidity sweep entry model for these sniper entries, right? In the sense that there's going to be a chat on Telegram, with the lessons, just like the F1 strategy. Much more affordable, but not mentorship. I learned his strategy by joining the live streams and asking questions, and now it's almost the only thing I trade. Yeah, whenever I am telling you all, so listen the fuck up. Michael is my junior trader on, on the F1 strategy group. When I launch the liquidity sweep, you know, uh, trading group, Run is going to be my junior trader, and I am going to mentor him 100% absolutely for free because he was the first person that I saw that really learned to the fucking tick my entry model like he told you right now, just by joining my live session, asking questions, sending me messages on Instagram. I mean, we have discussed some setups, etc., etc. So, Ron, just heads up. Yeah, next year you're going to be my guy on this. Like Michael is my guy on the F1 strategy, mate. And I don't take, I'm really not a mentor. I don't take people under my wing. But Michael and Ron have showed me that they really fucking want it. So those two guys are going to get everything that I know for absolutely free. Just don't sell it afterwards. Yeah, I mean, this game is about. They're fucking hustlers. I dig them. I really, really do. All right, the casino is about to open. Let's have a look at the euro US dollar and of course the Dow. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to have a look. All right, the casino just opened. Gold nothing. The USD. Yeah, failure to break the lows. Failure to break the lows here on the Dow. Let's wait and see what happens. I mean, volume is not that high at the moment. You know, very, 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 very choppy. There you go. I am going to. I don't care about my gold long. But if gold absolutely breaks with these highs, let's call it the 1939 level, then I am going to look for longs for the EAP group. There you go. Come down and the Dow. There you go. I'm going to go to the 1 minute chart on the Dow. And let's wait and see what happens. The trade of today on GBP yen was absolutely amazing. You've closed too soon. Yeah, I did. I mean, I did. I know, I know, I know. I closed my trades too soon, but that's how I maintain my profitability. And that's how I maintain my psychology on point, right? I always tell you guys that whenever you take a trade, all the decisions are already made. I know that when my trade yields 1.5 R, I'm going to take 75% off, and I'm going to take my risk home. I'm going to take 1 R, move my stop losses to break even. And when the trade continues to move in my direction and I can get another 1 R, then I'm going to get out, because I am not about home runs. I'm not about, letting it ride. And yes, I left 100 pips on the table. But you know what? More often than not, from these lows, price is going to pull back, and not taking profits and just watching the, price just burn on my open P&L fucks me. And but that's just me. You can manage your trades as you see fit. To be honest, your channel is so underrated. It should be at least 100K subs. You know what? I'm fucking working on that. It's hard. I don't know social media. Can you help me? Oh. I mean, yeah, I know. Um, I am not too, I am not too, I prefer having 50 people every day, because you guys are always the same one that show up on my shows, right? You're always here. I'd rather have you than, fucking 1,000 people, talking shit. Yeah, because this way, you can really ask me questions and I will answer it, right? Because your questions are not going to be lost on the chat. Can't wait, bud. It will be a pleasure to work with you. I already told you, like months ago. Just be patient, mate. It takes a ton of time to develop a product, even though the strategy is, this liquidity sweep strategy is already developed, developing the actual, educational product takes time. But yeah, you're going to be my guy, dude, for sure. Lucky people, these two. Yeah, and this is the thing, mate. Like I told you, I never take, people under my wing, and the reason, and it's going to sound a little bit selfish, but you know why? The reason is because it took me fucking 10 years, right, of, trial and error. And, if I were to take somebody under my wing and mentor that person, I would, my fee would be very, very fucking high. But when I see people like Michael and Juan, right, you can feel that, fuck, he scared me. Hold on. This asshole scared me. You can feel that these guys, really fucking hustle and they work and they try to figure out, you know, they try to figure out. And you know what? Ron has sent me, setups, much better setups than the one that I was trading. For example, you sent me, I remember on the Nasdaq long, you had a fucking insane 11R, and I had a fucking 4R. You know, well, those are the people that I am more than happy to give all my knowledge for free. Of course, that I'm going to need you to have my back on, on my team, on the liquidity sweep team, as Michael has my back on the F1 strategy team. That's, that's, yeah, and I'm going to keep on growing, yeah, the thing is, guys, that there's so much money in these markets for everybody to profit that it really doesn't make sense to keep this knowledge from people that from people that are really fucking working towards it, because I see myself in them, 10 years ago. Yeah, and I wish someone like me 10 years ago would have mentored me like I'm going to mentor them. So it makes me happy. What the fuck can I say? Orlando, I have just one word for you. Thank you, man. Rami Manana, you are more than welcome, my friend. You are more than welcome, my friend. Yeah, it's um, everybody should be able to make money. You know, and why would I keep this to myself? It's not like, it's not like this market, is super small, you know, and it's not like you're going to steal my investors. There's so much people trying to diversify their portfolios, and there's so much money in these fucking currency markets, that anybody can do it, you know. That's just what I think. Gold is approaching 1939. Yeah, it's going to be a pain in the ass. I'll tell you that. And let's have a look at U.S. equities for one last time. Well, goddamn, the Nasdaq is the one that is going. That is looking like it's going to pull back, which is the one. Hola. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo está? Que me alegra. Adelante. Sorry, guys. My housekeeper just walked in, just came in. So, yeah, the one that I thought I had missed is the one that's looking like it's going to pull back. But again, I am going to, I already have a trading plan. I already made my decisions. So, I am happy with them. What is this? USA? All right. Euro USD. Come on. This liquidation of the lows has to happen. This is insane. Just look at how much liquidity is here. You should quit smoking. Read Easy to Stop Smoking from Alan Carr. It will help you a lot. I stopped smoking after I read the book. Why do you think I'm smoking? I was lighting up a candle, mate. But I need to run. A job just came in. But see you tomorrow. Thanks for everything. You are more than welcome. See you tomorrow, mate. Okay, guys. So Let's have a look at the US 30. Oh, gold buyers are heavy here. A green candle or a red candle? It's actually a white candle. Aromatherapy. Actually, it's not aromatherapy. It's a candle from Bed Bath and Body Works. I just love that shop. All right. Euro USD. Oh, I got triggered. I got triggered. I got triggered long on the Euro US dollar. All right. This looks a little bit heavy. Hola, Bimba. This looks a little bit heavy. Let's have a look if I should manage a little better my stop loss. No, I am going to leave my stop losses where they are. Let's have a look at the DXY. Oh boy, 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 oh boy. I'm good with this. Probably, probably will be placing that goal long eventually. So we got that one, that two. If the Dow creates a new low and then breaks with that low, you know that I already told you what I'm going to do. Well, this wasn't quite a sniper entry, and you know what? This is and it's a crazy thing, right? Because my stop loss is only 9.5 pip wide. I remember that when I started trading this entry model, I had never, traded with such small stop losses because I used to I used to swing trade. So my stop losses would range from 50 to 60 to 100 pips. So it took a ton. It took a while for me to get used to placing stop losses with 9, 10 pips from my entry. But it's not about how wide your stop losses is. It's about where your trade idea is invalid, and in this case, is at the break of the London session lows. It's all about the sessions, mate. All right. Super heavy sellers here. All right. There you go. Mm-hmm. So I'll look at the 3-minute chart on the XY. Yeah. One thing that I don't completely love about, the 5-minute chart looks good. But one thing that I don't completely love about, price action here on the Euro USD is, you know, actually my entry was a little bit high. Ah, shit, damn it. Here was the actual imbalance that I should have traded. Well, what can you do? Let's leave it running. Yep, your USD triggered. Uh-huh. All right, guys, I've been live for an hour, so I'm gonna give you, I don't know, 5 minutes or so If you want to ask me a question or whatever, comment, just shoot. Yeah, very, very heavy sellers here at the 1938, 37 or so. But this, I mean, this Euro US dollar, setup, I completely and utterly love it. This is the inefficiency in the market where I place my buy limits, and I just didn't see this one, the real one, which would, I mean, right now, um, I have a what, 4R, but this, I mean, let's imagine that I'm targeting the highs. I would have a 4R, but if I had placed it at the correct imbalance, I would have had an 8.47R. So yeah, a few pips makes a ton of difference. All right, so any questions? We love your VIP group. Just continue the good work, mate. I will. I will. I will. All right. I am a little bit tired, so I am going to log out. Let's wait for this. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Again, same thing here in gold. Just stack that imbalance. Um, but again, this is a suboptimal. This would have been a suboptimal setup because price is still trading within the range. I really need that break of the 1939 or so for me to look for pullback entries long gold. This long that I have is it's basically a test on some other things that I'm working on. That's why the risk is so low. But yeah, I shouldn't have placed it on this account. It really doesn't matter. What's up with the webinar tomorrow? Hey, I am going to send the information in about 2 hours, so heads up to that, mate. Uh-huh. I am holding this, sell limit in the Dow, and yeah. All right, guys. So again, thank you for joining me. It's been 1 hour, and yeah, I mean, this Euro USD to me is a make it or break it in the sense that I will manage. I will manage it. If it runs in my direction, if it doesn't, I will get stopped out, which is fine. Gold hit stop loss for many hours ago. Yeah, I mean, of course it did. But if you remember, I mean, that was just a 0.10% risk. Thank you for pointing that out. I will update you. I will send the information on all the Telegram groups. So heads up to that. All right. Trade safe, guys. Don't overtrade. Don't over risk. Don't over leverage. Trading should be boring because, I mean, if you feel something when you're trading, you're doing something wrong. Really. I mean, really. All right, Nick. Cheers, guys. See you tomorrow. And yeah, tomorrow is the webinar. So let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go live for the London Open tomorrow. Let's have a look at the economic calendar for tomorrow. Oh, shit. I was looking at the one that was. We have absolutely not. I mean, we have Canadian news, and we have non-farm payrolls Friday. So it's going to be an awesome day today, tomorrow, guys. Uh, um, Thanks, Orlando. Hope I get liquidated by your trade. What do you mean by that, mate? So you're short the Dow from these highs? Yeah, probably you will, mate. But Paul John Batugas, cheers, Orlando. What's up, Copper Silver? What is up? Orlando is back, baby. Yeah. I have always been here. All right. Stop keeping me from logging out, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. And heads up to the info. Heads up to that info on on tomorrow's F1 strategy webinar. I regret as mad for closing that DJ entry too early. Listen, Daniel. Listen to me, mate. Listen to me. It really doesn't fucking matter. It's just one trade. Don't let that affect you at all. What you need to do is go through your decision making process on why you closed that trade or why you deleted that order or whatever you did. And focus on that. I mean, the decision making process on closing that trade or deleting that order, right? Try to plug the leaks there. Were you scared? Were you scared because price was rallying really hard, or whatever? Just find out why you took that decision, which was not optimal, and just eliminate that from your decision-making process. Don't fucking care about the trade itself. Focus on your decision-making process. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.